Hi guys, welcome back on my channel. Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator here. And today we are going to paint this beautiful spring design. Have a preview of it in here. I really enjoyed doing this look and I hope you really enjoy watching it too. If you do, hit the share button so the others can see it and learn something new as well. And also if you're new in here, don't forget to subscribe as there is lots of tutorials coming up every Monday, Wednesdays and Saturday. Let's start. Some cute and beautiful designs with the watercolor, and I will show you how to recreate this look. So first of all we need some background, and for this background I'm going to use 213, which is a light rose. It's a very pale pink. It's actually quite nice for a French manicure on its own because it's a little bit see-through-ish when it's applied nice and thin, so I quite like it as a one layer over a French, like for a French manicure on natural nails. But we are going to make it more pigmented with a slightly thicker layer, so we can use it as a background and then give it a cook. In the meantime, when my tip is curing, I've got one already prepared, and I'm just going to give it a couple scratches to it and start preparing my paints. So the color which we'll use is a magenta. They are acrylic paints, they are not watercolor paints. And with the watercolor paints you would paint slightly different, but as you guys know, like I don't like too many products on my nail desk, so I usually use what I've got to create something out of it. Okay, and then I have used the violet and then some blue, because I love the look of those three colors together. Like I think they are so pretty nice. And then the drop of the green. Now, they are perfect consistency for a one stroke, but we are not going to paint one stroke, so we need to make a watercolor out of it. So I'm bringing lots of water. Actually, this is going to be much faster. So I'm bringing lots of water into it. Okay, into each paint, decent scoops of the water, so we can create our watercolors. Now, in the meantime, my tip is ready for a second layer. And I can give it a cook. Acrylic paints don't like a slidey surface, that's why I've got this tip buff, so I will have to apply the top coat on the other one as well. Now let's start. So what is happening, when I have added lots of water into my paint, I have created a watercolor paint out of it. Same in here. So I've got my watercolor paint. And the green. The stuff which I'm keeping in my hand is a baby wipe. I really like to use it for working with the acrylic paints. Okay, this tip is ready for a top coat, so I'm just applying the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel over it. And this is how I would prepare the background for the tips. And then give it a cure. Okay, we can start painting the flower, first flower. So I wanted it to be a little bit purple. So I'm picking up my watercolor and I'm going to paint first petal. Remove the excess and then brush away the paint. Okay, so we've got very delicate outline of the petal. If we would have the watercolor paints, which behave slightly different, you would start painting with the dot of the color, and then introducing the water, you will smudge it to the design you want, so you get slightly different results like this. And then the next petal is going to be blue. Lots of water in. And then some purple. It's a very delicate design. And another purple one. And a couple of the blue flowers. So you can see how the brush is absorbing the paint. We want also some green leaves. And let's add some magenta, just so the design looks more interesting. Actually, we will go this way for a change. Clean the brush, smudge the petals. Okay, now we have to leave the tip to dry. So this is our background. It doesn't look interesting yet. And we are going to paint another design on this one. So give it a decent bath. Okay, and then once you're happy, clean the dust. Usually try to don't file it on the front of your paints. And now we are going to paint another flower. And we are going to go for a purple. And a purple. Then magenta. Okay, brush away the excess of the paint so you've got really nice and delicate look. If you leave the paint too long, you can see it, we have created like a wee rounded shape. That's because the paint already started drying there. What we can do is take a brush and try to smudge it a little bit. There we are. Okay, another petal here. And remove the excess. Okay, we are going to also add one more purple here. And another one. Couple of the green leaves. And another one on the top. And now add the detail. So a wee flower stem, drop of black, and just with the tip of the brush add those details. Okay, once this part is done, we can move on into the next exciting part. So get rid of those paints. And then for the next part, we are going to use some Desire Nails Gel Art Black Foil. So this gel can be your black paint, gel paint, but also it can be used for transfer foil. It wouldn't give you the full coverage of the transfer foil, but it will get you a really nice, let me check which one is a paintbrush, but you can use it for the designs. Now what I'm doing is I'm checking which brush I have used in the acrylic paints and which brush I have used in, this one is acrylic paint, this one is gel. Okay, I tell you what I have did. So I've got only one watercolor brush and I use it for both, for gel and for acrylic paints. And the D-liner brush, I've got two, one for, I try to use it for acrylics and one for a gel, just because switching from one product to another one is sometimes making your brush don't behave nice. So it's good if you've got separate ones, but yes, you can use the same brush as well. Usually if I use the same brush, I would just pick up and train it to the product I'm using. So I would play a little bit with the gel, or I would play a little bit with the acrylic if I want to swap for the acrylic, but add those gold detail in there now. Actually, my mixing palette is dirty, so I'm just going to use the ring for a change. Okay, so we want to add some rounded shape in here, so the flowers don't hang in the air. Okay, and then on the other side here, and then going there. And then the stem for this design, I wanted it to be gold as well. So it is here, it is there, it is there behind. Okay, so the place is also middle of the flower here. Couple of the dots, middle of the flower there, couple dots. Okay, so we have added some gold detail. Now, slow curing, 90 seconds. So I'm using the Nail Perfect lamp and it is set up for a slow curing. Same on this one. I want what I want in here. I want to still keep it delicate because this is a kind of designs which are very gentle. And you don't want to overdo it. Okay, so I've got gold line there, and then another gold line in there. That's plenty. Okay, so just 2 lines on the bottom and one very small on the top. Then cook this one in. Now you have to play with your lamp and check what curing works best for you. For me, when I was using an old type UV lamp, I was curing 2 minutes. Now when we've got the slow curing, I'm curing about 90 seconds. And then if you've got a full power LED light, you would cure only 30 seconds. But it's again depending on the thickness of the product, because each of us will apply product different thickness. So sometimes you need to adjust the time for 5 or 10 seconds and just play with it and check what works best for you. So I have cut it rose gold color of the foil, and actually it's an awesome color for the designs. One of my favorites, I would say. It's quite unique color, so really beautiful. Okay, the first one should be ready. No, that's not the first one. The first one should be ready. At least I hope. It looks so nice and pretty, even with the black, very delicate. And what I'm doing, in between my fingers, the foil, and you've got just one go to do it right. So you do it once, and you just hold it and kind of like almost iron it in, and then lift it up. Okay, and then we got a beautiful coverage. Now I want to do this side first, so the tip doesn't jump on me. Actually, doing it on the client is much easier than doing on the fake tips. I've got it, and I touch the other side, so my other side, oh, I didn't got it. So my other side might not work. That was stupid of me to put it so much on this side, because I'm struggling. We've got this side covered, and this one might not work because I have already touched it so many times with my fingers. Well, let's try it. Oh, Dorota, why have you put it there? No, this is definitely not going to work. Well, let's try it. Okay, now I can support it well, and I can press decent. Oh, it did work. Wow, I'm impressed, because normally it doesn't work when you mess it so many times. So you can see it, guys, I'm sometimes struggling as well. But I love it. I do really love this technique because it's so delicate. So this design is finished. Look how nice and beautiful it is. Let's do it on the next one. And I done it the same. I just put it on the edges. Oh. But this time I can hold it there, so there we are. So if you can hold it properly, you get a really nice result straight away. And the one on the top. If it doesn't really work for you, what you could do is you could touch it up again. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because we've got some gold, which is quite nice. You can see it when the light reflects on it. Now let's apply the top coat over it. I love it when you guys can see me struggling with the things. They're actually so beautiful and so delicate. Okay, it looks so nice and pretty. Give it a cook, and then I can show you the final results. I hope you have really enjoyed watching this tutorial. Slightly different because I don't do much of the watercolor. I don't know why. Like, it's quite easy technique, I would say. But I find it is not as popular as the one stroke, I think. And one stroke is definitely my favorite one. So I have also done those two, so that will be pretty simple, a similar shape to the other flowers. So these ones are kind of easier as well, just to give you an idea, so you could recreate this look as well. And we've got another one ready here. And the last one as well. So beautiful for spring and also for a summer. Very delicate look. That's what we have created today. I'm sending you lots of glittery hugs and bye for now.